Welcome to that Phantom show.
Oh, I'm yawning still.
If I turn my hat around, I can talk like this.
Welcome back to Phantom Power. I'm Josh.
And I'm happy.
I don't know if I could have mumbled my way through that intro any more mumbly.
How you doing?
I am good. I'm sleepy, but we just got some work done together. Before we jump into stuff, though, housekeeping. If you're new here, consider hitting like and subscribe. It helps out. If you're not new here and you haven't done either of those things yet, why not? There's also Sweetwater affiliate link in the bottom that helps support us and the channel. You can click that to purchase anything that your heart desires from Sweetwater, and we get a small little kickback. It can be cables. It can be the Roland V drums. That's top of the Deal Zone list consecutively for at least a year now.
Or used socks.
Those are not for sale on Sweetwater. Those
Out of
are for
stock
sale
again.
on our OnlyFans.
They're popular.
Again.
Very popular items, folks. Get your socks while they're hot. Gross. Anyway, what are we talking about?
I don't like hot socks. How's your leg? Last time we talked, it was not great.
How long ago was that? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah.
I'm still in kind of the same spot. I'm moving a lot better, but I would probably, I was going to say, like, you can just beep it out. I'll kill a man to go on a jog.
Itching to be...
You bleep that out. It's going to be like, what word did he say?
What will he do to a man to jog?
I would injure someone to, I just feel...
Cooped up?
Yeah.
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 I mean, you've got your little home gym now, but...
Yeah, it's just when I get it and I can't use it.
Yeah.
I can, every day is upper body day. That's all it is.
Well, that's what it is for most people anyway.
I do have bronchitis though now, so if
This
it's not
man
one thing,
cannot
it's
catch a
another one.
break.
Yeah, you know,
You taking your vitamins?
I am quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was allergies that turned into bronchitis. So I've never been to the doctor more than I have recently.
You just need to stop licking doorknobs.
You know what they told me it was? You inhale mucus from your allergy. And I was like, that's disgusting. I said, well, that's how it causes it, bud. But so we did just get finished with a session. And it was actually for me.
It was
which is
for you.
Weird.
Not only was it for you, but it was like a not your stereotypical type of session.
No, it's a song I was sitting on for a while. We'll put the files on the Patreon. So if you guys are on my Patreon, you can have them to mix if you want.
They are yours.
There you go.
When does the video come out that we just filmed?
I guess as soon as you can edit it.
As soon as I can get it out.
As soon as your fast little fingers can go.
Fingies.
Probably next week, earliest probably.
Okay. Well, this episode will probably come out before that episode airs, but
so suspense is building.
We can leak some of it though, right?
Heck yeah. That's
yeah.
Right.
So a big reason why it was not conventional of a session was we were, first of all on wireless headphones, which I have never done in a studio session before.
Honestly, I thought it would be a little gimmicky. Like we've had one set of wireless headphones,
and that normally goes to, at least the sessions I've been on, that normally goes to Tim because he's back and forth.
Yeah. He said he always liked them.
Mm-hmm.
They sent 3 of the newer version. It's AI, but I guess it's pronounced III. The TMA2s with the XO3 transmitters. My first one, I have the XO1, and it is way better because we could get much further from the things without it completely dropping out. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of wild to be able to like, hey, go change my box for me. When Tim's at the drums, like, okay. And I'm like, oh, I is still on headphones, like across the room. That was a very easy way to work. And but I'm never on that side of it. So like, I'm not used to what it actually feels like to not work like that.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, how was it any different?
Well, I mean, normally I wouldn't need something like that in a standard session because I'd just be over in my little bass corner plucking low end the whole time. But so here are a few things that you might not think about if you're not usually wearing cans with a wire on them. As a bassist in the studio, or a guitarist even, we do a lot of sitting usually. Sometimes we'll have sessions where we're standing, but usually sitting because it's a long day. Usually sitting with a chair that has a back on it with a pair of cans that have a cable. So a lot of the time I am ever present or like always aware of this cable getting kind of caught between the back of the chair and my back. And then I try to lean forward when I'm playing and it like kind of tugs a little bit. Super minor nuisance. Nothing that has ever caused me anything more than just not even irritation. Just like, oh yeah, I'm tethered with my headphones. But there was none of that with these wireless headphones. And I didn't recognize that right out of the gate. But once I did, I just felt like, I never have to just get tugged back again. So that was pretty cool. The audio quality was great. They aren't as isolating as like the Telefunken that I like to use when I'm in here a lot.
I haven't found another one that's even close to that though.
But they were isolating enough. And honestly, I kind of liked that they didn't completely cut me off from the outside world because we could still hear each other having conversation when we were kind of next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I all around had a good time.
I'm trying to connect it Bluetooth to my phone to see how it sounds.
Is that what you're doing over there?
Yeah, I can't figure out. I have the old set in here because I wanted to see how it sounded Bluetooth, but I don't know. This isn't what we need to talk about today.
Yeah, we can give a more full rundown. Probably next episode after the actual video is released. But
heck yeah,
it was fun. Good time.
So, do you want to talk about the thing I sent you?
Can we? We'll go into that. I want to start somewhere else though.
All right, start where you want to start.
If you have watched Phantom Power Hour at any length before, you've probably caught on to the fact that I am the opposite of a UA fanboy. I am not fond of the UA ecosystem.
Boy.
There are some things that UA does that I do enjoy. I think their pedals are cool, albeit maybe expensive for just being DSP in a box, but that's neither here nor there.
It's a little here and there.
And I think that when it was really important for machines that weren't as powerful as they are now, I could see the massive appeal for running console and for having your DSP kind of taken, having something to offload the DSP from your machine. So with all those caveats out of the way, man, oh man, Jeremy, why do I have to play a game of hopscotch to even just plug my laptop into an Apollo to use the monitors? That's all I wanted to do. So we were getting...
Say again? You wanted to what?
Just plug my laptop into an Apollo so I could use a pair of monitors that weren't mine.
Okay.
So I was at the Powell residence, and we were...
band you play with, yes?
Yes. We were bouncing some new tracks to put into our live Ableton setup, which runs off of my laptop. I wanted to then mix them a little bit, get kind of a blend of these tracks in the session that is on my laptop, but we were at their house. Both of their mixing rooms have one of them's an Apollo that is the brain, the other one is the 8-channel rack one, whatever that one's called.
The Apollo 8.
Is that what it is? Okay.
There's 8.
See, I'm so
8.3.
far out of the ecosystem that I couldn't tell you the names. So anything else I've used before, whether it's your Neve, the Focusrite stuff that I use, the PreSonus stuff, anytime it's you plug it in, and if it doesn't automatically just get the firmware for you, you can just go and download the firmware, and then it works. Maybe you can get an additional piece of software tailor-made for that interface to unlock more features. But as far as sound going through the interface to the outputs, every time I've ever used something, it just works if the firmware is going.
Mm-hmm.
UA. No, you have to get UA Connect, which is their download manager.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to download UA meters. Is that what it's called? Output meters. Before you can even install console. So you have to get, I think it's like 20 gigs in total of downloads.
It's that much?
Yes. UA meter is 18 gigs.
Is it also installing all the plugins with you? Because I remember at one point, like there was console and then there was UA control panel, I want to say is what it was. But you had the console, which basically controlled everything. And then control panel, which was the firmware. And then like all your device management stuff and like how much DSP is actually happening.
Yeah. So that's UA meter and control panel.
Okay. Okay.
So
and then there's console.
And then there's console. You need all of that to just get output.
Well, yeah, because one handles licenses and one handles the device.
Yeah. And again, like you said, yes, it automatically downloads all the plugins. No option to not do that.
I think you can actually, or at least you used to be able to.
When I was in UA Connect, it just the only option was to download. This is not screen grab right now.
I do remember that.
But the only option is just to download the software installer and then console.
I remember that because I got so frustrated when I first got UAD stuff and I only had like 5 plugins.
Mm-hmm.
And every time it would load up, it was like, you don't have a license. You don't have a license.
Yep.
You don't have a license. So I went into my plugins folder and just obliterated everything UAD besides the ones that I owned.
I'm going to have to do that now because I'm getting the same pop-up whenever I open DaVinci and
I hate it.
Ableton only scans once, thankfully.
And they know what they're doing when that happens. Like, you have so many other plugin companies that have their helper, and they can install everything, or they'll install the ones you own. But there's a handful that will install everything and just take the ones that you don't own and put it into your unused folder.
Yeah.
So that if you then get the license, it just pulls it right over.
Yeah.
But UA's like, no, we want you to see that you don't have it.
And we want to put just so many problems in your path.
Yeah.
So get this. If that were it, I would be ticked off, but whatever. Like, I'll get the software. I will get a temporary key to go into your walled garden. But no, that's not it, Jeremy. That's not all I had to do. I install everything, and I'm getting this is a partial Mac OS thing, which I am a fan of at the end of the day. But so many like, are you sure you want this program to have access to this, and this? So pop-up after pop-up. I'm hitting accept. Finally, get through all of them. Everything installs, my 20-ish gigs, and UA meters goes to pull up, and it says that there is another setting that I haven't allowed to go through, basically. Mm-hmm. So there's like a get help button. I was like, I'll click this because I'm in my system settings and there's nothing else requesting access to anything. Go to the get help page. It shows on the control panel right here. There's going to be a little button that you have to push. It didn't show up. So I'm like perusing Reddit and trying to find any solution to this. There's a developer mode thing that you can enable, but it requires a whole machine restart. So I do that. That doesn't fix it.
That's going down a rabbit hole.
Dude, just to get the monitors to play audio. That's all I wanted. Why can't I just get a piece of firmware that says, hey, you can communicate to this device for audio? Like, UA, you're smart enough. You can turn off inputs if you want.
So what was actually stopping it from happening?
It was another it wasn't allowed to communicate with one of the folders or something. So down here, allow applications from App Store and known developers. That was already set. However, there's a subset of allowances that you can have. But in the newest Mac OS, you have to reboot in recovery mode to change a setting.
I've never had to do that.
Yeah. Well, you do now.
Well, the thing I like, who was I just installing software from? Oh man, it was something audio related. That's all I install ever, bro. But when it walked through the whole process of permissions, it like, hey, we're gonna need this permission. Click here to pop it up. Yeah. And here's exactly the steps to follow. It's like, I love that. It's like, not everybody's a plugin developer, and not everybody's like a computer expert. I know enough to be dangerous if something's not working. I can typically figure it out, but why not fix every single hurdle for the end user? Like, it doesn't matter what you know as a product developer if the end user has even the slightest issue with it or a perceived issue with it. Like, it's all about make this the most joyful process ever.
I think that last part that I had a problem with is very new. I honestly, I don't even remember how I found the solution for it, but to their credit, they did have that get help button with screenshots and step-by-step guides. The only problem was that their screenshots did not align with what I was seeing.
Yeah.
And they were already out of date.
And that's so easy to just point to. Like, it can pull your information of what operating system you're on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
They might not have made a new up-to-date version. Like, it could be that new of a problem. But regardless, I shouldn't have to go through that many hoops. Like, I understand what they're bringing to the table with their software, and I get it, but I don't know, man. And I asked you earlier before we did all this, like, is there a way to prevent startup of all my UA apps that I was forced to download? Because I don't want to uninstall them, because I will for sure need to just plug back into their setup to listen back to things while I'm at their place.
There's a lot of like UA helper behind the scenes stuff that's almost impossible to turn off because it needs to know if it's connected or not. It is like UA is very invasive when it comes to that, but that's the nature of the software. Like, if you're a user of UA, like you're walled into a certain workflow, and that's part of what makes it appealing. Is like, I mean, with Apple, like, if you just give in, you're there. I love here's the weird part. I love the Apple ecosystem. I don't feel walled in here. But with UA, I really didn't like it.
I mean, I've never really enjoyed using console.
No.
That's never felt it's always felt
like a needless intermediary.
Yes, and it over encumbered too.
I think it throws back to the days where computers weren't as powerful as they are now.
I think that's 100% it. Like I said when I started this whole rant, I get the past where it was highly sought after. I wanted one. I just couldn't afford one when they first came out.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, dude, I had a crummy MacBook that...
Well, at the time, they were an answer to a question, like, that needed an answer.
Yeah.
And, like, UA kind of changed the game as far as home studios go. And anymore, there's just so many options. You know what I really want to get into is MOTU.
I have seen this. Oh, I did not spell it.
Am I saying that? Or is it RME? I'm thinking RME, I believe. Or maybe MOTU. I think it is MOTU.
Yeah.
They're like dumb affordable. They just get out of the way and they sound great. It seems
I've seen this guy popping around the internet.
I would love to try some. Like the PreSonus Quantum does a really good job of this too, where you just plug it in and it works. Like,
dude, yeah.
There is a mixer app, but you don't need to touch it ever.
Yeah, you don't have to use it. Speaking of, the video of us building our live rig was so long ago, and we've been so busy doing recording and writing, and Jacob has been on tour with another band, so we have not had a chance to use it until this past weekend.
How did it do?
It was flying colors. It was, we went with a safer approach of a soft launch. We were playing a festival, like this backdoor festival, backyard festival type of thing.
Kind of festival.
Backdoor festivals. So we did not use our own mics or our own drum kit that was backlined. We didn't have the drums going into our system at all, which was fine. Kept it easier for like a quick changeover. But I did, we did software pass-throughs of vocals, guitar. We just mic'd up his cab with an 57. That's it. And then for bass, what I did instead of having to pass through, my head has 2 XLR outputs on it. So I just
gave one.
Yeah, I just gave him one straight out of there. Dude, it was awesome. It worked so well. I was a little bit, I wouldn't say worried, but very slightly concerned about the Galaxy wireless ears because I have not used them in many different contexts. Didn't even have to scan for new bands. Like it was perfectly fine.
Wow.
And we had power lines right over us and everything.
Oh boy.
So all to say, like it went as good as it could have for deploying it.
That's awesome.
It was great. I don't remember. Oh, you were talking about the HD8. Yeah, you just plug it in, man, and it remembers all the settings.
And it's so freaking fast. Like I get so much pushback on. It seems like when you get down to the affordable stuff, like, hey, this is $1,000 box I really like. I'm like, well, why not this $1,000 box? Why not this $1,000 box? Well, what do you want it to do? Like the HD8, like there are other boxes that have a very similar IO, but what the HD8 does, it has that dedicated monitor output aside from the normal line outputs, as well as the reamp outputs and the high Z inputs that sound really good on the front. So, but this box looks sick,
dude. Yeah, it's got 16 in and out.
Mm-hmm. It's all right there.
Yeah.
So I believe, like you've got 16 plus 6, so 32 on board, 32 in and out.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. That's wild to me. I think. I don't know if that's
128 in, 128 out.
Well, that would be via Dante.
It just says Thunderbolt and USB 4 connections deliver 256 channels of IO.
That sounds like a Dante connection to me. I wonder if you can use 66 simultaneous audio. Good Lord. So you can use the 16 onboard plus the 2 ADAT, so 32 and 48 out.
Holy moly.
That's a lot, dude. What's the price on this box?
That's what I want to find. This is not
what I thought we were going to talk about today.
That's what I want to find. I want to see if it's just marketing buzz or what it's actually used for, because it says that it also has onboard DSP. So are they doing that same?
You want to take a guess how much it costs?
I want to say 12.
$15.95.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
And it has AVB networking, DSP effects.
Yep, I see what their kind of control panel deal looks like now.
Sheesh.
You can set up your own buses.
That is a bonkers amount of flexibility right there. And you could run these via a switcher.
Virtual routing?
Mm-hmm. Like MOTU's got some really cool under the hood stuff.
I like this interface more than the PreSonus one, because the PreSonus is just drop downs for each thing.
Yeah. Then PreSonus tries to keep everything 1-to-1.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like this is built for like networking audio.
Yeah.
Like this is meant for something way bigger, and a cube built in. Come on.
Dude.
That's pretty cool.
This is awesome.
Oh well. I had not where I thought I would go. I did get this hooked up via Bluetooth though, and I really want to see what these sound like on Bluetooth. I'm gonna check this while you do whatever you're doing.
He probably can't even hear me right now. Jeremy is a big stinky butt face muncher. He munches on stinky butt faces. That's not true. I made it up.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh, I could hear it.
Yeah, they're not very sealed, are they?
No. Or
the M4 is $269.
No way.
Way.
That's not bad.
2-channel interface.
They've got loopbacks built in.
109 reviews, 5 stars. You don't really see that very often. So that's the thing
they
I've
have
seen.
A/B monitor switching.
I feel like MOTU is one of those quiet companies that I don't know a whole lot about, but the people who use it are very loud about it, and they love it. Like, look at every product is 5-star here.
That's pretty wicked.
Where do you see that in any company? What's their most expensive box?
I think the one we just looked at. If you're going for just like consumer grade interfaces, I think that was their flagship. Oh, this is cool. I don't know if this is a new thing.
Their stage box
with these kind of style of interfaces or not, but this one has 4 high Z inputs. A lot of the ones that I normally see only have up to 2 high Z inputs. I don't know how often everybody would need to use more than 1 or 2, but that's cool if you have like 2 guitars and bass and you're all just going DIN and using like neural or something.
Do the small boxes have AVB? Because I wonder, it'd be switching. Their stage box is AVB networking, so I wonder if you can get like a smaller thing and just have this as part of the network. I don't know. We're going down a rabbit hole that I didn't plan on going down here.
Well, that's what happens when you show me cool stuff.
I just want to build systems all the time.
Oh, they have their own category for AVB stuff.
That opens up some possibilities. Like I could see networking, like church audio with stuff like this, where it has to just go in so many different places.
Yeah.
Just Dante's cool, but it can be finicky right after a firmware update. Not that I'm speaking from experience there.
No, not at all, right? This is neat. I've definitely seen the smaller boxes, like the M4 and M6, just online, different places, but I never looked into them.
I don't mean to just keep tooting MOTU, like pick one. It only came up because it seems like the anti-walled off type of workflow.
Yeah.
Like,
not necessarily open source, but the spirit of open source.
Right. Like it's an audio interface. It doesn't need to be more than that. It can do a whole lot of stuff. That's a DAW. Open source. You're looking for open source interface.
I was just seeing if there were any.
I don't know by definition if a can an interface be open source.
Yeah, I mean hardware. How open source can you make it when there's like a lot of hardware involved and stuff? But what I would love to see is, this goes back to we don't really need it anymore, right? But for some applications, it could be really cool. My mind goes to using auto-tune as like an instrument, or other really heavy plugins that you would want on the front end. If there was a way to get that streamlined the way that console can kind of do it, but have it in an open source environment.
See, that's part of what I don't like. I mean,
having to print
that's
that way?
Well, no, I mean, that's the trade-off with UA, but I feel like what used to be their strength is kind of like their Achilles heel at this point. It was huge to offload that DSP early on when I had the studio, because
you needed to.
I needed to.
Yeah.
If I was going to run a session that big and I wanted it to sound like a record, I had to offload. Now I don't need to do that, and hardly anyone needs to do that. With an M1 through M4, my gosh, you can buy a $599 computer
and have 100 tracks.
Oh my gosh, and do it live. Like, it doesn't matter. So it's weird to me that a company like UA can charge what they still charge for like 4 Shark DSP chips.
Yeah, that part is absurd. I mean, any pricing structure for modern UA stuff is just absurd for me.
The other part of it that like really pissed me off, when it kind of sent me over the edge, is you can purchase these plugins and theirs aren't cheap. And for a while they were king. All right.
Yeah.
Like UA was making the best plugins on the market for a while.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people will still argue that some of their certain like emulation plugins are still top of the tier,
but they're hardware tied.
Yep.
But really, what is an emulation like that than something laying over a very transparent circuit? Like, you have to know what that circuit. It doesn't really. I guess it really doesn't matter if it's transparent up to a certain point. There's diminishing returns, but like, how cheap can we make a circuit to where we know how it's going to respond, and therefore, as we lay over these characteristics,
you get an accurate result of what you're trying to emulate.
Like, it wasn't too long ago that Slate Digital did this, but the Virtual Studio. I mean, I don't even know if those are still a thing. Like, Slate made their own interfaces for a while. What didn't Slate make? Yeah, they're good luck finding it on their page.
Yeah.
You'd have to look for like Slate interface. Slate Digital, the VRS8. Man, these are going used for like nothing. Is it still made or is it not?
No. But this is their Sweetwater page.
So they made this thing, and when it came out, I was like, this is kind of stupid. This is when I realized, like, I needed to get out of the Universal Audio world when this came out.
Oh, man, they really make it a big deal that they have different, like, preamp models and stuff that you can use.
And they went into great detail about how the software worked on the initial release videos. And I was like, this is stupid. Because they were talking about how boring the preamps were. It was basically talking about how these are like cheap Chinese components.
The hardware, right?
The hardware.
Yeah.
That is very predictable, very clean, boring clean, so that they can put this software emulation over it and have this like have a predictable response. And I was like, that's ugly. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what's happening, like, to an extent over here with UA. I'm sure there's more going on, but
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what any of these emulation things are. Even if you look into like a quad cortex or something, like what are the hardware pieces involved? How does that affect the electrical signal? And then how can we then put this other algorithm on top of it that gets the output as close to possible of the signal that we are trying to get? Like,
they paired it with like all these kind of big promises that worked years ago.
Slate did?
UA.
Gotcha.
Like, the DSP was the big selling point. The industry leading plugins were the selling point.
Nice.
The real bummer is when you spend all that money in UA plugs. I remember I bought the they have a tendency when they release something, the previous version of that goes legacy, which is free. There was a legacy version of an SSL-G style compressor, and I bought the newer one, which had been out for a while. Like, not even a week after I bought it, they came out with a new one. So that went legacy.
And you didn't get the new one.
No, I didn't get the new one. I was like, I just paid $170 for this thing. I was like, can I get a refund? And I messaged them. They're like, well, sorry, we can't do that. I was like, great.
Yeah.
I just blew $170 to.
Well, and then you capture the market as well because of people that over time have invested, anywhere from a $25 purchase here to $170 purchase here. And that stuff adds up. And then all of a sudden you realize, like, oh, I've sunk $2,000 into these plugins, but I don't want to be a part of this anymore. So not only am I like making, if you try to sell your old interface, you're going to make back a fraction of what you paid for it. And you're just throwing away the thousands of dollars of plugins that you bought.
And on the other side of that, dude, I've bought a lot of UA plugs, and some of them are fantastic still, but I can't use them.
Yeah.
I kept one of my UA satellite boxes, that just has, I think it's a quad DSP chip, and it just in a box, so you can plug it in. It was meant to plug it into a laptop or a computer, and then you can use UA plugs because you had to have hardware to run it, right? Well, now they switch everything over native. But it's not everything. They switch some things over negative, and they drop support for the satellite boxes.
That's so absurd.
So I still have thousands of dollars of plugins that have not been rerouted to native 3 years later, 4 years later, still don't have them. So I'm trying to keep my satellite running. Like I have not updated anything else around that thing because as soon as I do, I lose it.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Now you just have a big old chunk of e-waste.
Yep. And I only have it so I can open up old sessions.
Yeah.
Like, and the ones I print, but like that's going to be a bummer. Like it's so stupid. Like just port them to native or let us continue using the hardware that we have.
Yeah. I do wonder, the demographic of people that are even aware of this type of business structure and philosophy is really small, because you have just musicians as a demographic is pretty small when compared to the entirety of, let's just take US population. And then the percentage of those musicians that are familiar enough with DAWs and interfaces and plugins and stuff to realize like what's going on. And it's not only UA that does this kind of thing,
right?
But they are a very notable, egregious offender. So I don't know how widespread it's going to be, but in the gaming world right now, there's a lot of movement going behind. We need to understand like what is owning a game, because currently it's essentially licensing. Even if you have a disc, you have a license to kind of play this media, but you don't own it. And there's a lot of legislation being kind of talked about and voted for and petitioned, specifically in the UK right now. They're way further ahead of US and all this, but of kind of how you can or can't sunset a game, specifically something that is like single player but requires an online server to even turn on and play the game. So there have been a lot of single player games that the company was like, we're not gonna keep this running anymore. Now you can't play it. Like, you own it, you purchased it. And some people have purchased other in-game things for this game, but now you just can't play it. There's another slightly different thing going on with this game called Genshin Impact. One of the biggest gacha games. Are you familiar with what a gacha game is?
No.
Free to play. You pay nothing and you can play the game however much you want.
I've seen it advertised like thousands of times.
It's a you can think of it as like a manga or anime version of like Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of thing.
Okay.
There's more to it than that, obviously, but that's kind of stylistically, gameplay wise, what it is. But with these gacha games, it's a whole subculture of video games where you play them for free, but you get nickel and dimed if you want to have a chance of obtaining a new character or something like that. So you buy these tokens that are then converted into a different in-game currency, converted into something else. So it's really obscured as to like what you're getting for the money you put in.
Wow.
But then you use them to gamble. To some games, you literally pull a slot. Some of them, it's just like...
Was there an age limit?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. But so the biggest...
oh my.
The thing about this, we're not even talking about like the pros and cons of Gamba mechanics and gacha games, but Genshin Impact is one of the biggest gacha games culturally, and they just kind of released a statement that we're making updates to the game, so we're no longer supporting players on like PlayStation 3, like older generation consoles. It just will not work anymore, which on the surface, it's a free game. Who cares? Of course, who never owned it.
But if you've purchased all these things,
brother, you need to go in some deep dives about this game. Some people have spent $30,000, $60,000,
I mean, you're not,
and thousands
what's
of dollars.
Weird is you're not like far from the audio world.
Yeah.
In this discussion.
Yeah. So that's my point, though. So this is getting like a lot of big recognition and a lot of talk online now about what kind of legislation could or should be put in place to prevent companies from just essentially rug pulling. The gacha one that's a tougher conversation because you never paid for the game in the first place, but you have digital assets associated with the game. But what's an easier kind of discussion, I think, is I went and I downloaded and purchased $70 for this game that's single player, doesn't require online access to do anything inside the game other than authenticate that it is a real version of the game. But because that authentication can't take place, boom, you can never play this again, even though there's nothing wrong with the hardware or software, which is the big, man, we just took a huge loop. That's where it all comes back together. Because that's kind of, with your satellite situation, that's what's going on.
Do you want to hear my fever dream of like the nightmare end result of what a DAW could be? Like, I've wondered if this is where we're heading with, like, I mean, the culture of free, like, give me free is there. Mm-hmm. And people are willing to kind of bend over backwards, or like the freemium experience on just about anything is there. So I'm like, when will a DAW come out that takes advantage of a few things? One, that, because I mean, at this point, like, plugin emulation is so cheap, and coding is getting so cheap. It wouldn't be hard. I say difficult, like I know what I'm talking about, but I imagine it wouldn't be difficult to make a DAW that is fully featured, available for everyone on every platform, comes with all the greatest emulations you could ever use. Here's a million samples. Play with what you want. Oh, here's some AI integration. Like, you have all of this stuff at your fingertips. This is by far the easiest DAW to ever use because we listen to everybody. But here's the catch.
Yeah.
We own the rights to your content made with it.
So the Adobe thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, a few companies have gone that far, right? Yeah. Like, nobody's actually, I think, exercised that yet.
Well, Adobe has trained. Are you familiar with like the Creative Cloud thing?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's not far off from it.
And we transfer just did this.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's a scary one.
Right now, Dropbox is like the safest one to use. Like, I think Google Drive and Dropbox are the two that don't claim ownership.
Yeah.
Over whatever you use to transfer it. So, like, what's weird, I was working with a very large studio, and we transfer, you can have a business account with them. I never did it because it seemed dumb. It's a weird step of going through things because, like, after 6 days it's gone and you have to redo it. Like, it just seemed like a way to rack up needless electric bills, and, like, I don't know. But so I work with back and forth with the studio, and they would always send everything via WeTransfer. Well, that came out that they changed their end user license agreement, and next day they're using Dropbox. And I was like, welcome to the club, buddy. Yeah.
And that, I mean, that's just staying hopeful that Dropbox doesn't do something like it.
Well, Dropbox kind of came out with an answer.
Oh yeah.
They have a layover software. You can only use it on like the enterprise level right now, which I'm not. I'm business level. But I love Dropbox, and the apps that come with it are great. They have I can't remember what it's called, but it's a layover program that will look at everything you have as far as like file shares, so Google Drive, wherever, and you can use AI to search for, like, and it'll just help point you to the right direction, and like, or file organization and stuff. So like it'll work with Google Photos, like find you anything.
Well, that sounds dope. This is the kind of tool set that AI, I think, is meant for. However, for it to work, it has to be trained on all of your stuff. So,
well, I don't know if it has to be aware of it.
Well, if you're, it depends on how deep it goes. But if you're trying to search in that software or any software, pull up all the pictures that include a red hot air balloon. It has to look at every single one of your photos.
Yeah.
And categorize that, and look at all the different things. If it can scan audio and you have a voice recording of something, find the voice recording where I said this. So if it's all done locally, no big deal. In my optimistic future, we have machines that are powerful enough to do all the local AI training and utilization. But something like Dropbox or any of these like network shared cloud-based things that it's trained on, how much of that data is going back to the company? And not just Dropbox, but any of them. Google Drive could be scanning everything and training AI off of it.
I mean,
just like
wrong.
Adobe was doing. It currently is doing, I should say.
I mean, I guess everybody's got a line what you're willing to share and what you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm okay with AI like getting in and perusing a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything nefarious on my accounts.
I mean, I don't think you need anything nefarious. I mean, privacy should still be something that we opt into or out of. I don't know, however you want to think about it. But I'm definitely a big user of ChatGPT. And I'm like, how can I give you access to my emails?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, can't do that, bud. Not yet. Sorry.
I feel as though the AI train is inevitable, and I would like for it to get better faster so I can.
I don't know. It seems like
I've got a short lifetime. You know what I mean? Like, if it's going to keep getting better, so let's just let that happen. You brought up opting in for like the privacy invasion stuff, right?
Yeah.
This is another weird tie-in of other stuff outside the music realm, but you use Instagram. A lot of you probably use Instagram.
Oh, no. What have I
if
done?
you haven't done this already, open your Instagram, go to the stories on the top. There's a new icon that says maps. Click that because
bro, I saw this.
You need to make sure that your location is turned off.
I pulled up the map on accident and I saw Macy Ann.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It was like, she's here now. I was like,
Yeah, it does live tracking. If you post from your home, congratulations, you've given everybody in the world your personal address.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. So mine, thankfully, from other settings that I have set, my location data was already turned off.
How do I get there?
Yeah, you got the right idea. Top bar settings, or you can just search location. The first time I opened Maps, it asked me if I wanted to turn it back on.
Zoom out and see who's sharing their location.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I heard about this.
Oh, that's horrifying. That might be where that dude lives.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So Kara brought it up to me because she had seen some post about somebody. So I believe it was somebody that had gone through like domestic violence and stuff, and was like, everybody needs to turn this off. Because if you have any type of like vengeful ex or stalker or anything, especially if you're a public figure in any capacity.
Oh, man.
Dude.
That's kind of scary.
Acting like it's the first time Snapchat does it. Like if you use Snapchat, it's just automatically on too. I haven't used Snapchat in a very long time, but.
What was it? There was another one that was popular for a little while. Periscope? What was that?
Oh, man.
It was like for 10 minutes. It was like a thing. And then it went away.
Was it called Periscope?
I don't know. I saw
Parasail?
I thought it was Periscope because like a lot of
Grindr. Yeah.
Well, a lot of musicians were using it for like live shows.
Yeah, there was.
They would set up in like a living room or something, have a live stream of just them playing, and like you could just use the map and go around.
Yeah,
it was around 2020.
Yeah,
that was wild.
That was weird stuff, man. But anyway, just invasion of privacy, and check out your Instagram if you don't want to dox yourself.
Do we really own anything?
No, I mean, no.
So UA.
Man, I didn't intend for this episode to just be a big old rant session, but
hey.
I had to get that off my chest because
no, you have feelings and that matters.
I did have feelings. I don't anymore. I got them all out of me.
Gross. Record Rex?
Record Rex.
The records we recommend to you.
Yeah.
By the way, pop your buddies making music down there. We want low play count stuff with high value. So we want the underground is kind of what we're saying.
The unsung heroes that sing. I think we had some other hosts, friends of mine. Here we go. Nico Noir, Trinino Lowe, Kassan Belgrave, Louis Jones III.
He's also fake.
I won't pull them all up, but Davy Zars, I believe is how you pronounce it. I looked up, or recommended a handful of names for us to check out. Let's start with Nico.
2.99 subs.
Yeah. Let's just go with Darnell. Ooh. That's a nasty bass line.
Darnell make me go round and round.
Okay.
Feeling lifted. Said he can get me there in a matter of minutes. It's my first time, feel like I got no business being or getting this high. Robbed myself from this.
I can get down to this. I don't know how into like the R&B realm you've ever dipped your toes, but
I stick on like the fusion side of it, probably. But I like this a lot.
Yeah. This is like bedroom jam adjacent.
Gross.
I mean that
you're not wrong though.
Yeah.
You play this at the right time of day.
Mm-hmm. Or night. I like that a lot.
That is really cool.
Yeah. And what did we say? 3.
Play the new record.
This one down here.
Yeah.
Who Can Blame Nico?
See what's going down.
That was from the new record. Darnell was.
Oh, okay.
Here's the most highly played from this album, Personal. It's also cool album art.
I like that.
You're such a good time.
Yeah.
My favorite vibe, yeah. We could elope at the chapel if you wanted to. No better choice I could choose. With you is sweeter.
Crunchy chords.
Are they changing every time?
I don't lose my hate. Those crazy side of fate. You get the best, the utmost respect. The other side of me, yeah. I decided.
I'm very, very into this.
Like a little bit of chromaticism on each one of those passes. I like that.
It's like R&B neo soul stuff. That's very, very much my alley.
It's because you like bass.
Yeah, probably.
You just want to turn on a synth pedal and go whoop, whoop, whoop.
I like that. I also I love those like cluster chords. I like the sound of those quite a bit, either on guitar or on piano. How's that? Indeed. So that's Nico Noir. Davey, you dropped us so many names. We probably won't do them all back to back to back, but I will keep track of this and we'll go through the list. Because you started off with a banger. Big fan of Nico Noir.
Yeah, that was cool.
Jeremy, what have you been listening to?
Okay. Emma Harner, When You Mean It.
When You Mean It.
I think this is the song.
You're only mine when you're with me. So
Ooh.
I dread the breaks. You're only mine when it's healthy. So what should I stand and take?
This chord structure is awesome.
It's wild, dude. The videos that she posts on Instagram, I'm like, wow, are you doing this?
Yeah. I normally don't like the musical type of voice, and I get a little bit of that from her, but it's not fully in that vein. So I'm not saying I don't like her voice. I do like her voice.
Try a couple of her other tunes. It's very much like,
ooh,
this is cool stuff to listen to like on a walk or a jog, and you're like, just try it. Not, you don't want heavy music, you just want to like zone.
Yeah.
Like,
it's interesting how this is so flowy, and there's a lot of movement, but it doesn't feel like a lot of movement. I like it.
Her chordal voicings are so wild. It's a trip.
Emma Harner, I like that quite a bit.
And follow her on Instagram because like the little things she posts are wild. She made me want to stop playing guitar, but I still play a little.
Just a little bit. But now I cry a little bit.
I do.
I shed a couple tears. Okay.
I'd be better if I practiced at all.
So that outdoor, not backdoor festival, like I said on accident earlier, the outdoor festival I played over the weekend.
Yes.
It's like a kind of almost like a party for this band called The Palace. Kind of local, I wouldn't say necessarily local legends, but
legends,
a well-loved band out of Indianapolis.
Okay.
And they do that show every year. But I know a few people in the band. I have heard their name just around town quite a bit. I had never found their stuff to listen to because if you look up The Palace, there are many different bands with either the name The Palace or The Palace is part of the name. But I found it here and I can link it. But they are, man, it's so tough to try to describe their music. I will play some snippets of a handful of tunes because it's a very wide
Dang, it is
gambit.
hard to find.
Yeah.
How do you get to the correct one?
I looked up their song Wave. So I said The Palace Wave. And that'll get you, yeah.
And then you find them.
And then you find them there.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's rough SEO for their
because
band
you
name.
Can't even search the artist. Wow.
Yeah. So here's their top played song.
Not where I expected to go. Dude, I have a collection of old German drinking songs on vinyl. This sounds like it's right off of that.
That's very funny. So that's from 2002. Now, I will be honest. It feels like a mistake. It feels like that one's not really theirs. However, I don't know. I haven't talked to one of them. Here is the next highest played song. That is very much more like what they sound like.
This is them?
Yeah.
Okay. The first song you played sounds like this record. You gotta play this. What?
So
how is this the same band?
I don't think it was. I think that's the problem. I think that there's some kind of mistake because of the name The Palace, but I could be wrong because that was from 2002. That first one we heard.
Which one's correct?
What we just heard was 2018. Let me play their newest stuff. This is more what I was hearing at the show.
Okay. That's dope.
They had a full vocal background singers. I think they were 6 or 8 backup singers that he had with him. Horn, nasty bass player, synth player, just everything. They are a riot. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. The live show also so much energy. It was great. It was a good time. But that's The Palace. I will link the newest album down there so you can have an easier time finding them.
Well, now that you showed me a drinking song, you have to play The Wurzels are Scrumptious.
The Wurzels are
Scrumptious.
Oh, I butchered Scrumptious. Do you know?
There it is. The videos. There it is. That one's on it. Yeah.
This one?
Yep. This is an old vinyl I had. Maybe you can't play all of it.
that I don't get no satisfaction.
They're like a comedy group, but like
Please give me a hand in the vestry after this service.
Now, the vicar has said that the vicar should know that these are
okay, can't play much more than that.
I don't know what I just heard.
It's a great drinking final. If you're,
I'm slightly concerned for you.
I mean, I don't have a table anymore, so.
Oh, goodness gracious. That was fun. That was a good time. I got a lot off my chest. I'm feeling balanced. I'm feeling centered. I'm feeling grounded. I'm feeling rooted. I'm feeling my pineal gland is just open wide now. My sacrum is sacruming. What other, my chakras are all flowing.
All right, buddy. Keep your chakras where they are. But I think the main question is UA or not to UA.
Yeah. Are you part of the ecosystem? Did they suck you in, or are you having a hard time getting out? Do you want to get out?
Or did
are you
get
comfy where you're at?
Sucked into his
Whoa.
pineal gland. I don't know where that is, but
It's up here somewhere.
Oh. I learned something.
If you stuck around this long,
wow.
Hit subscribe. Yeah, wow. First of all, congratulations. Thank you.
That was a trip, wasn't it? We got through something
we
together.
were all over the place. Hit subscribe, hit like, send this to a friend that you were trying to convince to get rid of their UA gear and hop onto something else. Drop your friends' bands in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And what emoji should they leave? What would make sense?
Beer glass?
Because of that drinking song?
The drinking song. The Warzels are scrumptious.
It didn't even sound like a drinking song.
It did. Well, that one didn't. The rest of the record does.
Drop a pint in the comments.
Cheers.
Anything else? Anything you want to say to the fine people?
I'm hungry.
Me too.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. Bye.
Let's go eat some chicken.
Ha ha!